Long before writing existed, before cities or agriculture, humans had a silent ally: stone. Among them, flint stood as the main character in this first partnership between humanity and nature. Picture a wild world where every day was a battle against cold, hunger, and predators. Our ancestors had no steel, no controlled fire, and often no safe shelter, but they had watchful eyes and curious hands. Striking two stones together, they discovered something that would change everything: sharp flakes capable of cutting meat, wood, and leather. When fractured, flint creates incredibly sharp edges. So sharp that even today, some surgeons experiment with obsidian blades, similar in precision. For prehistoric humans, this meant more than just efficient hunting. It meant survival. And somewhere along the way, this very stone helped tame fire. Striking flint against certain iron-rich minerals produced sparks that could ignite dry leaves and twigs. From that moment, the world was no longer a place of absolute darkness. Flint was not just a tool. It was the first great pact between man and the earth. A pact that would shape the destiny of humanity for thousands of years. If flint was the first chapter of history, obsidian was a leap forward in the art of turning stone into power. This volcanic rock, formed when lava cools rapidly, has a deep sheen and edges so sharp they surpass the cutting ability of many modern metals. Ancient civilizations quickly realized that obsidian was not just beautiful, it was deadly. Peoples like the Maya and Aztec crafted it into arrowheads, blades, and ceremonial swords, such as the fearsome macuidal, a wooden weapon embedded with obsidian blades that, according to Spanish accounts, could decapitate a horse in a single blow. But obsidian wasn't only used for war. Prehistoric surgeons, and even some modern ones, have used obsidian blades for delicate procedures, as their microscopic edge is finer than any steel scalpel, producing cleaner cuts and faster healing. For those who wielded it, obsidian was more than a tool. It was a gift from the gods, a link between the human world and the volcanic power of the earth. Brilliant, sharp, and dangerous, it shaped battles, rituals, and even medicine among all gemstones. Few carry as much symbolism as jade, revered for millennia in China, Mesoamerica, and other cultures. It was not just a beautiful mineral, it was the ultimate symbol of power, purity, and eternity. In ancient China, jade was considered the condensed essence of virtue. Emperors were buried with elaborate suits made of small jade plates sewn together with gold threads. In the belief that the stone would preserve the body and soul for the afterlife, this shield of immortality represented not only physical protection, but also spiritual preservation. In the Maya and Olmec civilizations, jade was more valuable than gold, used in masks, jewelry, and amulets. It was believed to carry the breath of life, connecting warriors, priests, and rulers to the gods and to the cosmos itself. The fascination with jade transcended borders and millennia, whether in the blade of a ceremonial dagger or the delicate carving of a work of art. It represented 4 kings and empires, the promise that glory could outlast death itself. In the heart of ancient Egypt, long before cranes and modern machinery, rose monuments so imposing that they still defy logic today. Among them, the pyramids and temples that used granite as an essential element, not only for its strength, but for the symbolism of eternity it carried. Granite quarried from Aswan, hundreds of kilometers from the Giza Plateau, was worked with precision almost impossible for the time. Massive blocks, some weighing more than 60 tons, were transported down the Nile on special boats. A monumental logistical feat. Inside the Great Pyramid, chambers and passages were lined with polished granite, resistant to time and erosion, protecting what was meant to last forever. The pharaoh's final resting place. Beyond its structural role, granite held spiritual meaning. It was believed that this solid and immutable stone would help the ruler ascend to eternal life, combining mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. That still intrigues experts. The ancient builders turned granite into an eternal testament to human ambition and the desire to defy death itself. Long before they became synonymous with romance and luxury, diamonds were rare, almost mythical stones found in only a few places on Earth. In ancient India, the first known deposits were discovered over 2,500 years ago, and the unparalleled hardness of these gems made them not only ornaments, but also tools. Kings, priests, and warriors believed diamonds possessed mystical properties, protecting against evil and granting strength to those who carried them. For centuries, diamonds remained restricted to a tiny elite, circulating through secret trade routes and guarded as royal treasures. But everything changed in the 19th century with the discovery of vast deposits in South Africa. What had once been an exclusive symbol of power became a global commodity. It was also during this period that clever marketing campaigns shaped the diamondess image as the ultimate proof of love, a concept that had not existed before. Today, diamonds move billions in the global economy, fueling both the jewelry market and industries that exploit their hardness for cutting and polishing tools. Yet the journey of these stones, from the heat and pressure of Earth's depths to glittering showcases, is also marked by disputes, exploitation, and tales of power. Proof that even the purest beauty can have a dark side. Long before it became a common seasoning in every kitchen, salt was a resource so valuable it could decide the fate of kingdoms and empires. Known as white gold, it was essential not only for enhancing the flavor of food, but for preserving it in an age when refrigeration didn't exist. For ancient peoples, controlling salt mines meant controlling survival itself. In ancient Egypt, salt not only preserved meats and fish, but also played a key role in the process of mummification, helping preserve bodies for millennia. In the Roman Empire, the importance of this mineral was so great that soldiers received part of their payment in salt, which is where the word salary comes from. In Africa, caravans crossed the Sahara Desert carrying massive blocks of salt as valuable as gold, traded for goods and precious metals. Over the centuries, entire cities sprang up around salt sources and mines, such as the famous Wielka mines in Poland and the salt pans of Aveiro in Portugal. These places not only fed populations but became centers of trade and diplomacy. Even today, salt retains its strategic value in industries, medicine, and food, reminding us that behind every grain lies an ancient story of power, survival, and commerce among all the minerals that have shaped human history. Quartz holds a special place, not only for its translucent sparkle, but for its silent role in the technological revolution. Long before it became vital to modern industry, quartz was prized by ancient cultures as an ornamental stone and talisman. Romans, Egyptians, and indigenous peoples believed quartz possessed mystical properties, associating it with purity, strength, and even eternity. But it was in the 20th century that quartz made its most impressive leap. Scientists discovered it had a property called piezoelectricity. When pressed, it generates a small electrical charge, and when an electric current is applied, it vibrates at a constant frequency. This characteristic made quartz the heart of precision devices, such as watches, radios, computers, and communication systems. Today, thin slices of quartz are found in satellites, smartphones, and virtually any electronic device that relies on accurate time and frequency. A mineral admired for millennia as a gemstone now sustains the functioning of a hyper-connected society. Quartz is the bridge between a mystical past and a technological present. Proof that nature often holds the keys to the future.